Hi, Andrew Kolikoff here. Welcome to this week's Be Do Have. We have developed a channel inside our online community in teaching. The whole idea of Be Do Have is that's the order of how we have better things in our lives, and we're able to give more, to receive more. And we need to be mindful of that. So here is the be portion of the be do have for this week. How many people honestly feel they really know themselves really well? I would imagine for those of you watching, you're going to raise your hand, you feel you do. Well, I would challenge you on that. I believe people have two versions of knowing themselves. One is the macro version and the other is the micro. But why is that so important? Here's why it's so important to have a deeper sense of knowing yourself. And the simplest answer is the answers that you seek to the greatest challenges you're going to face in your life, personally and professionally, are going to come from inside yourself. You might seek outside counsel, but ultimately you're going to mull over all that feedback and you're going to make a decision. So it stands to reason that the greater depth, the greater reach you have inside yourself, the better you will be able to answer these difficult questions and face these difficult challenges in your life. The other reason why is because the greater depth you have, the greater more you have to understand and give. And giving is just as important as receiving. There is a balance in all of it. One of the things I always say is people say, "Oh, Andrew, you're a connector, you're a giver." And yes, that's true because that is what I focus on. But what you don't know is that I also focus on making sure that I only give what is needed, nothing more. Giving can fill ego or insecurity. And I'm always trying to make sure that I'm not doing that selfishly for me, that I'm just figuring out what they really need and if I can give that. So in essence, knowing yourself is really important. So let me give you an example why I think most of you actually know the macro versions of yourself, but not the micro. So we know that we want to have, maybe you want to be a professor and you want to have financial security and you want to be married and have children and travel the world. You like Italian food. You like nice cars. You like to go hiking on the weekends. These are the macro versions of knowing ourselves. Here's the micro. We are creatures of habit. I believe 98% of our thoughts were the same as they were yesterday. Absolute proven fact. So even our thoughts are habitual. Well, most people will have a staircase of thoughts. Imagine sitting on a park bench and you're trying to just enjoy the day. And it's a perfect day out and you're feeling just so grateful. But then something happens while you're sitting there enjoying your moment. You have a thought and another thought, and then this time there's an emotion attached to that thought, and then another thought and another emotion. And then you're like, wait a minute, no, I wanted to enjoy the moment. Well, people that know themselves really well, they know the staircase of habitual thoughts they have, why they have them, what emotion is attached to each staircase level thought of theirs is. And they understand themselves in that context. I know that may sound ridiculous, but people that really do work on themselves, whether through a coach or whatever, they do try to understand themselves on that granularity. And it's those people that have a much deeper sense of self, which have a much deeper sense of giving and receiving. So the B aspect this week is to challenge yourself to know yourself better. And there are so many books, there are so many things. We're going to talk about this each week. and I'm going to give you tips, and I'm going to give you things you can practice. Something I always say, if you're something, what do I always say? Oh, if you're not practicing something, what are you getting good at? Well, most of us practice stuff related to our meaning what we do, right, for a living. But we don't practice being related stuff. We're going to give you that in this channel so that you can be better, so that your doing is better and the having you receive is better. So thank you for listening. And remember, it's good business to make a difference in the lives of those you work with, do business with, and seek business from. Thanks for listening.